Hi all, welcome to Docker Tutorials. My name is Manoj. I'm a trainer for Uplatz, and today we are going to discuss about one topic that is orchestration, and we'll see how it is useful in our day-to-day life and for our Dockers, and how we are managing our application with our orchestration tool in the Docker Swarms. So, without wasting our time, let's take a deep dive into the topic of orchestration. What is that, and how it is useful? So, as we know, orchestration allow us to manage and maintain multiple containers. So whatever container or services application we have, uh, if we are using any orchestration tool, it's whether if it is a Docker Swarm or a Kubernetes, anything, it will help you to deploy your development in a microservices architecture. So basically, what it will do that it will break down your entire complete architecture into smaller chunks, and in that case, your all application will be like one container or one application, you can say, or services, and that will be deployed all together into the production test or UT environment. And having different configuration and environments becomes very easier with the orchestrations. It will in one shot, you will deploy your application in your environment. Okay, so now in IT industry, we all are moving in the orchestration, and there are so many tools we have available in the IT and DevOps tool. So basically, orchestration is the coordinated execution of multiple IT automation tasks, you can say, is the process. And it is usually applied across multiple computer systems applications. So if you see, like if you have your uh, YAML file where you have configured your services in each application, it's like dev databases, apps, and network, anything, any component you have configured in your YAML file, and then if you are planning to automate that, you can, if you are using your orchestration in your IT industry, it will be very helpful for you for the deployment. So automation and orchestration are very, you can say, very distinct but related concept, you can say. So automation is the use of software to perform tasks without human intervention. So if you recall my video, I we have gone through that CI/CD pipeline concept with Jenkins. So that will automate your day-to-day task with your pipeline. So to minimize errors and reduce the spent manually performing the operation needed to deploy, manage, and scale IT application. So that is called automation. And whereas orchestration, what it does that it coordinates automated tasks across multiple systems into higher uh, order workflow. So if you see this YAML file wherever, I mean, so many, if you go through this YAML file here, what you will see that we have written so many configuration and services, image environment, the parameter or this environment variable I have processed that. So what it is doing that it is related, it is, I mean, it's one of task. It is saying that it coordinates automated tasks across multiple systems into higher order workflow, and so that individual tasks can work together to serve a specific function or process. So it means that whatever services YAML file I have written here to deploy my application in WordPress application. So basically, it has to interact with all our DB networks, volumes, image, and then only our application will be deployed into the production. So in this case, the orchestration will help you a lot for deployment. Okay, so let's say you are having, if you configured your uh, let's say you have configured your Docker node, okay, Docker node, or you Swarm, okay. So you activated your manager, you have three worker nodes, so altogether four node you have in your Docker Swarms. And you, if you're planning to deploy your application with your orchestration tool, any tool, it's a Docker Swarm or Kubernetes, anything, so it will help you to scale the application It will help you for the deployment and help you for the easy management. It will help you for easy resource management, and it will allow you for the health monitoring of all the containers. And let's say if you have configured your, as we know, like if you know how to write your YAML file in a waste way, then if you configure your load balancing, if you configured your all proxies you're setting here in your configuration, same accordingly it will interact with all your component, and the required the requested you can say the application will be deployed in the in environment. So in that case, easy updating and the update, the layer of security, everything will be very easy if you are using your Docker uh, container. I mean, maybe you can say swarms. So it creates a layer of security for your applications, and it will scale up in a rolling back, like a scale up, a scale down, or if you want to do performance maintenance on your deployment, you can easily, very well, we can do that. So where we have so many option available in that. So in that case, your orchestration is helping you a lot for the deployment of your application. Okay. So what it is doing here, yeah. So that's what. So automation task, uh, automation, and then basically orchestration is two different tasks. So basically automation, it will help you to automate use of software perform task without the human intervention, and it will help you to minimize errors and reduce the time spent manually. Okay, and to perform the operation needed to deploy. Whereas orchestration coordinates automated tasks across multiple systems. It's like one done, then has to be executed other, like that. It will the automation will be done, and it will go to, let's say, and if you are using your Ansible password led, so it will make you more easier for that, for your workflow and all, so that individual tasks can work together to serve a specific final function or process. Okay. Now, so nowadays in IT industry, what we are doing, that we manage a wide range of servers. Like it's a huge number of n number of servers you have to manage on your day-to-day activity. And if you are using your orchestrations or automation tool, it will be very helpful. Otherwise, it will become a tedious task for your day-to-day activity in your IT industry, in the DevOps and your Docker. So these are the new emerging technology. It's a Docker Swarms, Kubernetes, and DevOps we have. It's IT guys are we use manage a wide range of servers, systems, and applications across private data centers, clouds, and edge locations. So as an environments, it becomes more complex because we use so many tools, so many automated tasks for our network, for our security, for our deployment, and all. So, if you are using orchestration, it will improve your efficiency and make process easier to manage. But a scaling automation comes with its own challenge. So, scaling means um, if you are configure your auto load balancing, your high availability cluster, so that you have to manage here. So, we have here, let's say I have a Docker Swarms. Okay, Docker Swarms, and I want to configure. You can see I have here configured your Docker Swarms, and so this is the Docker Swarm. So what I'll do, we'll deploy one application, and we'll see how it is doing a scaling in the available group of worker nodes. Okay, so that practice will do that. We'll see how it is useful also. Okay, now, so most IT processes involves many individual tasks. Okay, so one by one task will do, and that need to be automated. Means one done, it has to pass to the output to the other, and to fully automate a process, the task that make it up also need to be work together. So when one task finishes, it needs to launch the appropriate follow-up task. So that we did. If you have configured your Jenkins, you have seen that. I configured that post build option. In that, if you prefer, give that once this task done, it has to start that task. So that way, it will be very helpful if you are using your Docker Swarms. Okay. and some automation solution can connect task into logical workflow, removing and manual labor of triggering. So if you are using this newly tool like orchestration Docker Swarms tool, so it will make you very uh, easier for the deployment for your applications. Okay, so now Docker Swarms. Okay, so you know like Docker Swarm is an orchestration services within Docker, and that allow us to manage and handle multiple containers at the same time. It is also a cluster of multiple containers. So what you can see, if you have configured this Docker Swarm, so you will see this is a manager node or leader node. I can make manager also maximum six, and I have seen I configured three worker nodes. So it's a cluster of it is also a cluster of multiple containers or multiple nodes, right? So that's what clustering we can say. This is cluster. So this is Docker Swarm is nothing but a cluster, and in this cluster you are deploying your application and you are managing your application. So one node down, the other worker node or available node, worker node will take care of that. So it is a host machine, and inside that you are launching your container. So that way you need to understand. So this is host machine, host node you have. So okay, and that way it will be like manager in one. Uh, so manager and the one, two, three. I think I showed you that architecture also earlier. Okay, so it's like one manager and the three worker node. This architecture I have as of now. So we'll practice that and we'll see how we are using our orchestration tool. Okay. So Docker Swarm is a container orchestration tool that built into Docker. Yeah, and any Docker installation can enable Swarm mode. So if you do Swarm Docker Swarm init command, that particular host name or node will become manager, and will give you the token for your adding your worker node into the Docker Swarms, and you uh, take that you can say take that token, and then you can add that into your Docker Swarms. So that will help you. I mean, that will help you to create your Docker. You can say Docker cluster. Okay. We'll see one practice here, and then we'll. Okay. So basically, Docker Swarm is a simpler alternative to complex orchestration tool. Like we have Kubernetes, so Kubernetes and Docker Swarm is more useful now. So one host is elected to the Swarm manager. So okay, and the other like the whatever worker node I have, that will be your uh, worker node. So this way, if you see here, I have one manager node and the three worker nodes. Okay. Now, so it one host to be elected as a Swarm manager. I have that, and it schedules a new containers into the other machine. So that task this manager will do. I mean, the authority like most Swarm interaction are similar to regular Docker CLI commands, and which makes it an appropriate starting point of newcomers to orchestration. So Docker Swarms in the IT industry is using very much, and as we know, Swarm supports load balancing, service discovery, rolling updates, and declarative scaling. So these all automation, I mean, already feature we have available in Docker Swarm. So it is very helpful as of now for the in Docker. Okay, and we when we change the container to replica count, it's like I'll show you that one or two or three. What it will do, whatever count we have here, the Docker Swarm Manager will automatically create or remove containers to maintain the desired states. So that way the Docker Swarms will work. Okay, so let's go here. So you can see now I have Docker Swarms. Okay, so if you say one, if you want to see what all things here, and so I have this number 10. This is also one worker node. Okay, so this is also 12. I have taken all everywhere. I can say I have installed the Docker. Okay, and this is if you see this is Docker Swarm. I'll show you how come Docker node ls. If you do, you will see your cluster. So this is your manager and three worker node you have. Okay, if you want to see more Docker info, it will give you see all these nodes. So you can see here say Docker engine community, and Docker version is this one, 4 images, okay, and overlay network it is using overlay 2, okay, and these are all the things. More information we can see here, and okay, let's say now go here, Docker node ls, okay, Docker, I can see here. Okay, you can see it's a part of three worker nodes, one manager, three worker nodes. So if you go here, let's say this is worker three. So I think this is clear. This is worker three, right? Host name. Okay. What I'm doing that I'm removing this worker three. Let's see what happens. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to worker three. So if you see this is worker three, I am in now worker three. I'm typing that Docker swarm and then leave. Okay. So yeah, I'm there in the worker tree, you can say. You can see now. Okay. So I'm just leaving. Let's see what happens. So he said that the node left the swarm. So it means that whatever we have here, if you see that now it is active, it is removed. See now, you can see now it was active, but it is went down now. So Docker tree, you can say it becomes down now. So it's now your swarm has only one manager and two worker nodes. Okay. Okay, so what you did that I just brought down one, and so I'll show that to you. So when I type here in this node, this worker three Docker swarm leaf, what happens? The node left the swarm. So this particular node, this worker three, it left the swarm. So it is not part of this group, swarm group. Okay, so this is done. Now I want to what again I want to rejoin that. So how you, and you want to see the token of your basically when you will configure your this swarm. So if you initiate your I need Docker swarm, I need for in your manager node. But that time, one token will come, and that token only we have to update all these worker nodes. So if you want to see, let's say by any chance you lost that token number, where you will see. For that we have command here. If you see here Docker, okay, Docker swarm join hyphen token, and you just write here worker. If you want to see worker token, okay, yeah, I want to see here, right? Docker. I mean, because this is manager node, right? So the Docker from manager will have that join weapon token. I want to see worker token worker. So it has see if you see here, it has given this worker token. So if you want to add any host name into your part of your Docker swarm, so you just run this in a worker node, not in the manager node. Okay, and if you want to add any other worker node as a manager, immediate manager. So in that case, you need to type this one manager, this token. So Docker Swarm join token manager. So this token. So this is if you see difference is see I'll tell you clearly. So if you are in the manager now, and if you are planning to make any worker node as a second manager, let's say one manager is down and the next manager immediate will take care all the activity and all. So in that case, this token this token you can say this one, okay, it's a manager, it's a manager token. You have to give this is different token is there, it's not same. So this token you have to update in the worker node, and that worker node will act will become a immediate manager leader, and then immediate leader. If that leader gone down, that will take care. And this swarm token, this is nothing but it will join as a worker. So let's say I have this one. If I'll type copy this, and I'm going here, just type here, okay. So you can see now this node joined as a swarm a swarm as a worker. So it means that if I'll go here, see now you have three nodes, one, two, and three. This node is down, so we can remove that. Okay, so let me give it clearly. So if you see now, you have a manager node here, and you have one, worker three, and this is changed. If you see the ID of this your worker node, this has been changed. Earlier it was you can say last four digit is OK6N. It becomes 71UL. Okay, so what do? You just remove that because that whatever is down, that is a swarm not needed. So Docker node remove this one, this ID. Okay, so this one now it is down. Now I have it clearly. I'll see that. So you can see now. Okay, so what I did, basically I just removed that. Uh, what I did basically, I just removed that down node. So let's say if you sometimes I'm planning to bring that down also, this way you can do that. So what I did, I just removed this the down node we have removed, and then finally what I did, whatever the node I have added here as a worker tree, you can say, that is now part of your cluster. So this way you have to manage your cluster and perform any maintenance activity if you want to do. I'll show you the drain of command also we have. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's create one services, and then I'll show you how we are managing that our services in our cluster. Okay, so Docker normal service, if you create Docker service, we know that command, right? Docker service create normal. I'll create and then we'll create via Docker swarms. Okay, so the normal service create, and I'll give some name. My service, you can get service one. My service, okay, hyphen one you can give, and I'll give replica. I'll give replica uh, three. Okay, it's a hyphen replica. I'll give. See the command carefully. Hyphen replica three, and hyphen p. I'm giving 8080. So it has to be open, otherwise file one. Okay, httpd this command. So this is the command Docker service. It creates the command, and hyphen name I given my service. A replica I am planning to deploy three replica at least. Hyphen p80 and httpd. So let's see if it is running there. Okay. So basically I'm running from the manager, and I'll see where this all replica three we can say three container is going to deliver. So that way we'll see, because it has to deliver uh, in all the worker nodes, right? So we have three worker node and one manager node. Okay, so now if you see the command, so this is the command to create your own service. You want to create in Docker service create, you give your service name, they give you how many replica you want to create, and you just open expose the port 8080 and the image name. Okay, so if you type here Docker service ls, okay, so in this case what you are doing, that you just see whether my service is running or not. So you will see your service name and how many replica it has. Three out of three replica it is running. How many? So three replica is running. So basically, three replica it has been deployed in your cluster. Okay, we'll see where it has been deployed. Okay, so Docker, I'm in the manager node. Okay, if I want to see where my replica is running, basically what I'll do, I'll go here in any node. I'll see whether it's running or here not. So you can see now my service, it is running here. Okay, so you need to go each node. I mean, if you want to see from manager node, I'll show you that how. But let's see here. So two here it is running. Here let's see here they have it has been deployed or not. So Docker PS. Okay, so it has deployed all these three node, all three worker nodes. So this manager is not having this. uh, this replica. Basically, it has been deployed in this worker 1, 2, and 3. How to see that? So if you see here Docker, where in all your services running, the command is Docker services, Docker service PS, and your service name. So I don't know. Let's check whether service or services. Okay, super. So now what we can see that this services and see the name also. I given my service name is this one, and now it is coming dot one two three replica. Okay, if you see the extension dot one dot two dot three, so that way it will come. Whatever service name dot the replica will come. So it means that my services has been deployed in worker one. It is running on one worker node. One is running on worker two, and one is running on worker three. Okay. So this way, what I did, I just and from where I run, I have deployed all three in this on the single command here, and it has been deployed in all our different node. You can say that is clustering. So if one goes down, other will take care. That also will see the clustering. Okay, orchestration. So now I'm in the manager nodes, and I have this worker node running here. You can see this my service one here it is running. It's one here also one running and one here. So three places it is running here. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll try to remove one services here, and then we'll see whether it is redeploying or not. Okay. So now here I will remove this. Now I'm in the container three. Okay, and what I'll do, Docker PS. Okay. So what I'll try to uh, stop this container. Okay. Basically, if you want to go here also, one more command we can so then I'll stop Docker service. Docker service inspect, right? So this and this also command we have we can see Docker service inspect command, and then I'll stop this container here. So Docker service inspect command also we have. So with that we can see what all features we have available here. Docker service inspect and this service name. Okay, so copy this and here you will see here. So okay, so this way we can inspect this my services also. So it is showing your service name, okay, when and all it is running, and this architecture, container, and all these fields also. So there are so many features. I mean, everything or information available. We can see that which port it has been active and where and all it is running. What is your address and IP ID? Okay. So this way we can inspect that occur. And if you want to remove your services, we can remove that. Okay. And what we'll do, we'll try to stop this. Okay. So Docker PS it is running here, right? Okay. So Docker. Um, See, if I want to stop this container, I can then Docker stop and this container and then remove. In that case, what I'll do, I'm planning to remove this. So I'll run this Docker. It will not allow me to remove. Basically, I have to remove forcefully here. And I'm in worker three. Okay. So basically, if you see here, Docker service PS, right? Service name. What is my service name here? This is my service name. Okay. So this is running. I'm going to worker three. So this is one my worker three. And what I'm going to remove this container now. It will not allow me to remove, but I'll remove forcefully. So it is not running. So what I'll do forcefully I'll remove. Okay. It is removed. Now if you go here, if you see, services. So it is showing that this is gone down. You can see shut down, right? Failed few seconds. And by the way, if you, but in that case, you have your three containers running here. You can say. So now what happens? That manager, the other container is running on manager. You can see. Can you notice it? See here. Here, when I stop this container in a worker node, my third replica, you can say. When I stop it earlier, it was running on worker one, two, three. Now what happens immediately that that container has shifted to manager. Manager, it is running on 3 seconds ago. It is showing that. So if you see here now up, it is running. See all three container running. So you from in application point of view, there is no downtime. So one is shutting down or some due to some issue like it's getting down. The other will take care that. That cluster and all resources and all. Okay, so in that case, your replica, if you see your replica, it is running three Docker service ls. If you see, you have already three replica, it is running, so it's not getting down. Whatever the number of replica expected and running, it is perfectly fine here. So we are not getting any services, database or application, nothing is getting down here. Your application is perfectly running here, so there is no downtime. Okay, so that way your orchestration will help you a lot. Okay, and if you want to go here in the manager node, environment manager node. Okay, Docker services, Docker service ls. Okay, so in that case, this way, if you are scaling up, scaling down, you can do that. So okay, you can scale up three, scale four, you can do your container. Okay, now let's say I want to increase this. I'm running, let's say if I want to run Docker services, scale. Okay, service is, this is right, equal to, I am giving 4. Okay, this is so you will see here now. Let's see. So now it is 4 running. You can see. Okay, and one you say one increase. So if you see here, where all your services is running, you can see here now it's running on one, two, three, and manager. So 4 are running here. So this way you can scale up your services. Okay. Okay. Now what we'll do, we'll use Docker Swarms and we'll see how it is running there. We'll we'll remove this our services and we'll use our Docker Swarms. So service ls, right? Service ls, Docker service remove my service. I'll give my service name. This will be like this. Paste. So I'm just removing that. Okay, and then we'll use our compose YAML file. So that way I'm removing this. Now there is no service and there is no container running. If you go here, if you it will be stopped. Okay, so it is stopped now. Same way, if you go here anywhere, your container stopped. Okay, so this way, what we did, we saw how our we can deploy our services and application scale up, scale down in our orchestration tool. Okay, and what we'll do now, let's say I have a database machine and database application and all that we have to deploy. Okay, so this way, let me go through here. Yeah. Okay. So here we can say I just took one YAML file, compose file, and we'll see how to deploy this databases, SQL database and WordPress application one. And okay, and we'll change that. So before that, what we'll do, uh, I'll mine it. I'll do wherever I'm just creating on my own network here. Okay. So wherever that network we have, I'll just create my own network and then we'll do that. Yesterday we did that. We have while deploying our Jenkins server, we defined our volumes, right? So what we'll do, what I did here, just I'm I'm creating my own network here. Okay, okay. I'm just creating my own network and then we'll deploy this compose file. So why we are doing that? So if you see here, this is network component. Okay, network mynet. So what I'll do basically, this is the best way. I'll just create my network component and then we'll see our compose file. So I'm just going to copy this. You can see my network name should be mynet. Okay, I'm here in the Docker in the manager. Let's clear this one. So this is the command Docker network create. Okay, and driver I had just given. I took overlay and mynet. Okay, so this is my network. If you see Docker network ls, I will network Docker network ls. You see my net is there. Okay, so I have my network overlay. So okay, you can see it has took scope as a song. Okay, okay, now it is created. Now what I'll do, I just change this in my all file. I just given my uh, network as a mynet. Okay, you can see here. So basically let me go through it. Just take 1 minute. So I just took one services. This is db and databases, and I here also network icon, and in environment I pass here. I'm just taking image as a 5.7, register replica 1, and then same things, WordPress, and then DB port 80, and then network read this one replica also one. We'll increase that replica. We'll see how it is going. Okay, so now let's copy it. Okay, so make trp. Let me go compose orch. Okay, so vi, the name will be docker hyphen compose, right? Dot yaml. Okay, so here what I'll do, I'm just giving all this command here. Okay, if you want to see here what all things is there, let's go here, docker compose. So these all things I took. So same things. It's person services. I took image this MySQL, WordPress image, and this mynet. This one I just created. If you see here, Docker network ls, right? This one is the mynet. I just added it. Okay, so everything is ready now. Let's make uh, compose that. So in that case, if you want to deploy your stack, so in there is some difference. So now what we are doing, that we are deploying this stack. It's in all the in our Docker Swarm cluster. Okay, so the command will be Docker Swarm, Docker stack. Okay, deploy -c and then Docker compose file. dot YAML and give your stack deployment name. Okay, so I'll give my stack. My I'll give that my deployment stack. Right, CST. My deployment stack. Okay, so command will be like this: Docker stack deployment, and then your Docker compose file where this one, and then my deployment stock I given. Okay, so let me check. Okay, okay, open detached not given, no problem. Okay, so what is doing that? It is creating. Okay, now we'll see that. What all, so if you see here, creating services, this has been created. So my start database has created, and that WordPress also created. So this way, these two services have been created. Okay, so again we'll go there and we'll see which all services has been created here. Docker services service ls, right? Okay, so you'll see that. So replica, if you review my that all this container here, I just given replica one. So same way it has been configured. So expected one and running one. So this DB application and then WordPress application both are running here, and we'll see where it is running. Okay, first thing where it has been deployed, and but it is running. It's a replica expected one, and here is also WordPress expected one, a running one. Okay, so it is running perfectly fine now. We'll go and see where it is running that. Okay, so now if you see Docker PS, we'll see that command, right? Docker service PS, this one, service name, right? Okay, so we'll see that. See what is happening here. It is running in the manager node. Okay, it went down and then it is running 20 seconds ago. Same way, if you see here, this one, your WordPress. So WordPress is running on worker one. So let's say if you are going here worker one, this is worker one, right? Docker PS. You can see your WordPress is running here. Okay, but here nothing is there. Let's see. Docker. It has been deployed in one is in manager and one is worker. There is no in a worker two and three. They didn't get chance. Okay, so Docker PS. It's not running yet. So it's in worker one and manager. You can say it this way. So the services. So what we'll do now, we'll try to increase the replica and we'll see why it is where it is deploying now. Okay. So I have here uh, one. Basically, I has given only one replica. Okay. And what I'll do, I'll try to increase that, and then we'll see how it is running. So Docker service scale. Okay. And the service name I'll give. I'll try to increase this service name, right? This one as a 3. Let's see what is happening. So this is the command. What I did, so basically, okay, so before that, let me see if you do here Docker stack ls. This is your stack name, okay? So be careful here. This is your stack name, my deployment stack. And in this stack, there are two services it has been deployed. So the one is, if you see the name, my deployment stack and then DB services. So this is nothing but if you go here, that was your maybe the services, right? This one, DB, and same way, and this is WordPress. So this way, your stack name dot this db, right? And then this way. So it is like that. Um, so your stack name underscore db, your stack name underscore that container name, your stack name underscore your you can say your container name application, this one, this way. This is the name of your service, this is your name of your stack, this is name of your service, and service name will be your stack name underscore your container or whatever you have defined your databases, right? So database is WordPress. Like this it is running. Okay, so be careful here. Now what I do, I am planning to increase the number of replica from 1 to 3 in my databases services. So the command will be here, docker service scale, and this one is the one services. Okay, equal to 3. Okay, docker service scale. Let's see. So you can see now. So without impacting anything, I'm just increasing the number of replica to 3, from 1 to 3, and we'll see where it is getting deployed. That also we have to see, because we have one manager and three worker nodes. We'll see where it is going that. Okay, so it is now preparing that. If you see the overall progress for the 2 out of 3 tasks. Okay, we'll see if something is running or not. WordPress it is running here. Here anything came. Now you can see it is running now. So already it came MySQL. Okay. Here also it is getting deployed. It should come. No, still. So two it got chance. So now one container has been deployed in worker two. One is WordPress here. It depends how many resources also it is using. Okay. Basically, it has four cluster, three worker and one manager. It has to deploy. So it is going. If you go here, two no, and three. Only one is running here. Okay, I'll give two and then we'll try. Okay. So this way we can increase or decrease your scaling up or down. We can do that. Okay. And this is whatever the services you are doing, that is under the docker swarm. So earlier we have created manually one docker service command, right? So that is different, right? Like it is not in your docker swarms. So separately also you can create your services, but this we are creating with the docker stack command. So that way we are there are two way. You can create with your docker stack command, and manually running your docker service create command also we can do. So that way also we can create your services. Okay, so this way you can increase your. Okay, let's see, it is running now. It is taking time, but it will run. Okay, so docker stack command is very helpful in terms of your multi architecture defining. It will be help you a lot for deployment. Okay, so this way, let's not wait. This way you can do that. This is like services. You Docker services skill. It's a number of replica, whatever you want. You can increase that. Okay, somewhere it is running. It will run here. But wait, it is running. Hmm. Now starting. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Now it is done. Okay. So if you go here, Docker PS, so you can see your MySQL. It is running one here, and if you go here, one there should be two Docker PS. Okay. Here also it is running. Okay. So this way you can scale up or scale down your uh, services in a stack. Okay. Now I'll show you if you want to perform your any like maintenance activity in your cluster, how you will do that. So how you will perform your maintenance activity. So let's say I'm here in a in a manager nodes, okay, cluster, and so one command I'll show you. Docker node. Okay, we'll see that first. Docker node ls I have uh, this many, right? One manager, three worker nodes. Okay, so Docker node and that we can say, okay, Docker node update, right? Update and hyphen availability, ab availability, and we have the command as a train. And let's say I'll take this node id, this worker 3 id. Let's see what is happening. Okay, so this is the command if you want to perform your maintenance activity on any of your worker nodes. So basically, that node you have to take drain means out of your cluster, and then perform your operation. And then once you do that, you just mark it active. So this is the maintenance activity you have to do. So this is the command Docker node update hyphen availability drain, and uh, you can say ID. It's basically what is happening here. It is putting your uh, node out of your cluster. So Docker node update hyphen availability drain node one, you can see also node 3 worker node whatever, but I'm just giving that. You can give worker 3 also, you can give this id also, anything. So let me take this one. Okay, so I'm in the manager node now because manager has to do here. So let me put that and see. Okay, now you have seen that the command will be Docker node update to perform the maintenance activity on any worker node. So I am planning to perform maintenance activity on this worker 3. The command will be Docker node update hyphen availability drain and that particular node. So worker 3, this ID I given. Okay. If you go Docker node ls, so what you will see that this node has been drained out. So now it's not part of your Docker Swarm group. Okay, so it has been drained out now. You can perform your activity and then it had, update that and mark that active in your cluster. So this way that also will very helpful. Okay, now there are one more activity we can do that. So let me services Docker service. That's right. So this is the DB, and if you remember this, I used image 5.7, right? So there are one more operation we can do that. What I'm doing that, so I'll try to update the image online. So basically uh, there should not be any impact, right? For online activity I can do Docker service update. Okay, Docker service update hyphen image I'll give. I can image. What was that image I took? Bicycle, right? But this was the, if you see my compose.yaml, I was having that 5.7 image, okay, 5.7. What I'm planning that I want to update this DB image on this DB is colon latest. Okay, so you can see now this is running. Okay, this is running replica now, the DB application, and I want planning to update that image for this whatever anywhere whatever running that replica we have. Let's see how many it is doing. So as of now I have two replica running, two expected, two is running in the DB. So Docker service update hyphen hyphen image, okay, hyphen hyphen image MySQL and then the test. Okay, and service name where, what is the service name? This one, right? Okay, so if you see here, doc automatically it is updating my image on live image. You can say it's updating here from 5.7 to this 5.7 to latest image. So there is no impact at all. Okay, so you can say this is the service. This is the service, database service. Okay, so this is the service, and Docker service update image. What I did, I instead of 5.7, I'm planning to update to latest. So that way, overall progress, it is updating that. It is preparing now. So that all also activity, day-to-day activity, you can do in your doc with the orchestration in your Docker. Okay. So this way, there is no downtime you needed, and you performed this task very much. Like we are updating image in all the n number of container. You can say, let's say it's a hundred or thousands number of replica is running in one shot. You just update it, and then you given your you can say service name, and it has been updated by default. It's like whatever the image you are planning to update, same way it will do. So as of now, I'm planning to update 5.7 to latest. So it is updating that overall progress you can see. Okay, so this way, uh, you can say this Swarm is very helpful in our for the orchestration tool, and there are so many like benefits we have if you are using your orchestration workflow. So it's security three. Like if you are malware detected, that will also help you because it has to go many steps on the firewall and auto. I mean load sharing and all it will do that. So there are much more useful feature available we have in the Docker Swarms. So very much we can use that. Okay, for our deployment. So it is updating actually. So this way you can update it. Okay, so let me complete that. Okay, so this is the command Docker service update hyphen hyphen image. Give your image name, whatever image name you want to update, your service name. So my service name will be here. Okay, so it will talk to the switch and firewall. So it will help you a lot in the for the security reasons I'm telling you, it will help you a lot. And it will configure the IP filters and packets inspection tool to understand the traffic or potential attack, and it will configure those systems to send packet info to third party also, and it will isolate a suspected IP address. So basically, Docker Swarm already inbuilt facility it has, so it is going to multiple layer of filtering, and then only it will give you the highest security in terms of your deploying your application. So okay. So almost done. Okay. Basically, what I'm doing here, automatically online activity we are doing. We are just updating image on the container without impacting anything. So that way it will be very helpful, right? So here it is running. It depends on the network how much you have, and then it will do very fast. Okay. So this is doing it is preparing now. Second one. Let's see here. What is this running? No, it is not running here. It is running here. Oh. Okay. Basically, it will perform a task. Okay. So maybe in, speed is less. It will do that. But this is the way you can do that. Perform. Okay. Yeah. So there are more filtering we have in terms of party security. So we are very much you can use your Docker swarms in terms of orchestration tool. Okay. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you so much.